I mean, I'm sitting here. Don Martin, it was so hilarious yesterday. Our esteemed boss, as we were, yesterday at a claim jumper out in Valencia, walks up to Vic as he's leaving his lunch and giving him the thumbs down. What do you think that meant?
It was all about the philosophy that I was bringing towards the Los Angeles Lakers.
No, what he was saying was you were screaming into the microphone.
Not at all. It was a Passione.
I know what he meant by it.
It was all about the Passione Corazon.
Okay. Let's go back 8 years ago. Marvin Smitty Smith is sitting with us right now. Smitty, what's going on?
Oh, everything's good, Steve. Good to see you. Feeling you, Vic.
Feeling you, Smitty.
My man, you can't be yelling all into the microphone, my man. You're going to bust out the electronics in the mic, my man.
Now, Smitty, by the way, look at you and your Dodger, Brooklyn Dodger.
Oh, yeah, Brooklyn
Jackie
Dodgers.
Robinson.
Jackie
Bring the
Robinson
40,
right here.
42.
Nice. That is a
Number
nice
42,
Got
man.
the Brooklyn cap. I want to go back 8 years ago.
He's a deity.
Because we're trying to find some glimmer of hope from the Lakers. The only time that Kobe Bryant in his 16 years of the Lakers has been down 2-0 in a series and come back to win was in their Western Conference semifinal series against the San Antonio Spurs in 2004. Now, I just happened to be in Vegas that weekend covering a fight, but you were in Vegas with the Tonight Show that same week.
I was there at with the Tonight Show with Jay Leno, and usually the past 2 times we were in Vegas at that point, we stayed at the MGM Grand and did the show at the MGM Grand. But this time, for whatever reason, which we still didn't understand, we did it at the Paris Hotel.
That is correct.
And I can recall that the crew was not happy about the move. Nobody liked the Paris Hotel.
Now, what happened was, so Smitty says, well, if you're in Vegas, come on down to see the show.
Right.
So I did. I went down there. I went down to see the show at the Paris Hotel. Then I decided, because I was staying at Mandalay Bay, that I was going to walk from Paris to Mandalay Bay.
That's right.
It looks a lot closer than the actual walk.
Actually, I was going to say
because I needed to get back for the end of this game, which was the critical game 5 of the series. The series was tied 2-2.
Right. And at the Tonight Show, the crew, we had a party that particular evening after the show.
That's right. So what happened was, finally I realized I got to get a ride or something because I don't want to miss the end of the game. I get back to the room, I'm starving. So I order room service and I'm watching the end of the game. It's coming down to the wire. And Tim Duncan hits this shot. It was a sort of sideways fade away. It goes in. Immediately, Smitty calls. Says, I can't believe they're going to lose this game.
Well, see, the first thing was I checked my phone to get the score. And then the score had, that the Spurs were up.
Yes.
And it said on my phone that there was 0 time left.
Correct.
That's when I made the phone call
so
to
you're
Steve
saying,
to say, man,
so I'm trying to describe what is happening to Smitty. I said, it's unbelievable. I mean, they just blew this game. They had a chance to win. Duncan just hit the shot.
Right.
At that moment, I get a knock on the door with my room service.
Yeah.
So now there's 0.4 seconds left. I go to answer the door. There's obviously a timeout commercial. So I go to get my food.
Wheeling in your red wine.
They're wheeling in right now. I got a steak, I got the potatoes, I got the red. So the guy goes, where do you want? I go, just put it right here. So he sits it down right here. We're coming out of the break. Lakers are inbounding the ball. A guy literally just walks out of the room. And all of a sudden they inbound to D-Fish. He throws it up. The second he threw it up, I'm like, man, that's straight.
Yeah.
Boom, he puts it in. I literally almost knock over. I jumped up like, jeez, what just happened? Like, the wine, I just barely missed the
Steak, the potatoes all over the place.
And then I'm like, I just got off the phone with Smitty saying, I can't believe they lost this game.
Right, and then, like minutes later, like after the game was finished, I'm in this party, and I checked my phone again just to check the score to confirm things, and all of a sudden, the Lakers win.
Yeah.
I can't believe it. I call Steve. I'm like, what happened?
You're not going to believe this. It was impossible. I even got a shot up at point 4, but it was legit. They replayed it. They won the game.
It was legend.
I couldn't believe it.
Legend was made in that moment.
So
that was great. That was
based on that story, and that's hard to believe. It was 8 years ago, Smitty. That's 8 years ago, 2004. It can happen. The question is, are there any Laker fans out there that believe it can happen again? Because it's the only time that Kobe's been on a team down 2-0 in a series to come back and actually win that series. Only time it's ever happened.
This is the kind of squad that can make it happen because you have 2 7-footers and Oklahoma City cannot defend Andrew. They cannot defend Powell. What they got to do is use that strength, use their length. That is the key.
Well, they double teamed on Westbrook too, so that was a great defensive adjustment as well.
All right, well, if you remember 04, can it happen again? 866-987-2570. Back with your calls. Plus, if you're heading into...
Yeah, we're going to get the camera.
Next.